How about now? What about? I think that fixed it. Hello, Diana. Good evening, Miss Carol. I was having technical difficulties right there, and what we refer to around here as operator error. First time I tried it, nothing was happening. It just stayed up there with the screensaver, and then things changed. And hi, Brenda Pruitt. About a half an hour ago, I broke a tooth. If anybody wants to feel sorry for me. But I suspect not. It was really not my tooth. It was I don't know what you call it, cover. Um, Gee, I don't know what they call it. It's sort of a fake tooth put in part of one I just had. Thank you, Diana. I appreciate that. I get very little sympathy around here. That stinks. And it chipped. As you all well know, I've had enough tooth problems for a while. No, Diana, it wasn't really a crown. That's why I couldn't come up with a term. It was just a tooth that was chipped, and he put like I don't know, maybe you could call it a temporary crown or a cap or something on it, but it wasn't a true crown. The tooth Most of the tooth was fine. It was just the part I broke off, and he built it back up. Now I've got a little gap there. And I broke. Hey, Dave, welcome in. Space Mountain Dave Cantrell has joined us. Actually, he was already in here and I missed him. Who else have I missed? I'm out of practice, guys. I'm really out of practice. And Diana, just so you know, if you ever break a tooth or sprain your ankle or a finger or something, or break a nail, just let me know and I'll feel sorry for you. Okay, we'll stick together. I got a bracelet. I don't know if you guys can read that since it looks backwards to me. Well, it is backwards to me. Maybe it's right way for you. Anyway, it says grateful. I got that from my beard lifestyle products, my beard products. And I put it on because I am grateful. I'm grateful for being here, and glad some people were here and wanted me to come on. And I'll probably wear it for about another 5 minutes, then I'll have to take it off because I can't hardly stand anything around my wrists or my fingers or any of that stuff. Plus, it's not tight, but it's snug. Yeah, Diana, I have to admit I've broken more than I want to talk about or tell than I ever thought I would. But it's basically a long tale of taking care of my teeth all my life until a certain point. I guess I just said the heck with it, and then they promptly showed me that they'd get even for that. I started breaking teeth, which resulted in a whole bunch of teeth having to get pulled, and then I ended up in the place I am now with a partial. So now I have a lot more respect for people like my mother and my wife who've had teeth problems in their life when I didn't. She's up walking around the house. I'm not sure what she's up to. I just thought I'd wait. Hey, Jonathan, welcome, buddy. Good to see you here. If you don't mind, folks, guys, hit the like button or the dislike button. And maybe that'll, I don't know, maybe it'll do something. I am proud to say that I just noticed I have 118 subscribers now. I never thought I'd break 100. Now I'm almost ready to break 120. I'm working on things right now, getting ready to do some sewing and listening to you. Okay, so you're busy, in other words. You're doing things. Then my question is, are you sewing anything for me? What if you don't like me? Well, that probably goes without saying. Click the thumbs down button then. I'm not too proud to have, I'm not too scared of that. I mean, at least it means somebody was watching. Now, if I end up with, 8 or 10 of those, I'll be a little suspicious or hurt. It might be a bit hurtful. I got this earbug or earworm or whatever they call it in my head. It's Paul Simon's "Me and Julio Down in the Schoolyard" song, and only it's a different version. It's a version done by Rena Del Cid and her band, and it's just spinning around in my head, and I keep trying to whistle it, and I really can't. I don't know. It's just in my head. Anybody else ever have that, or do you even know that song? It was on his. It was the same album that 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover was on. I'm pretty sure, but I can't remember the name of that album. Kodachrome was on there, I believe, and it's a commercial song. What do you mean it's a commercial song? Who's doing it for a commercial? Maybe that's why it's stuck in my head. Well, I always liked the song anyway. You need to play it to get it out of your head. Is that how that works, Jonathan? I'll do that in a little bit. Maybe that will help. After I get off the air, I'll check that out. And if you like folky indie music, independent, music, I wouldn't say rock, but maybe soft rock, but that doesn't seem right. That's not. I consider elevator music soft rock. This isn't elevator music, but I highly recommend the band if you're interested in that kind of music. Hey, Amy. Well, I was apologizing for it earlier, Amy, because I just grabbed it real quick, and to me it looked a little fuzzy, but I did think it was a cute picture. And if you're my age, you probably remember going to the drive-in theaters and seeing those little boxes of popcorn and hot dogs and French fries dance across the screen. And this is her webpage. homepage or whatever you call it. Hey, buddy, come here. Come up here and say hi to everybody. Come up here and say hi to Miss Carol. Come on. Come on, we do the show and then we'll sit down, okay? Come here. Say hi. I'm Miss Carol. Look how big I am. Look at me. That smell funny? You like it or not like it? Anyway, look here. Say hi to Miss Carol and hi to Jonathan Chong and Amy and Tina if she's hiding and Diana G. Say hi, everybody. I think he's probably wanting to go sit on the couch. That's what he usually wants me to do about this time of night. Today, he's about watered me to death on the couch because we've been on it a couple times. And he's been in my lap, and I pretended I dozed off once just to see what he would do. And he was laying across me, his head on my chest, kind of, and I was sort of just gently scratching him between his front legs, and he kind of had hold of my hand, and I just sort of stopped and went limp and dropped my head like this, and next thing I know, he's up pulling on my beard, and he headbutts me right in the nose, like, wake back up. No, don't stop that. That's like that. Hey, Dean, welcome in, buddy. Everybody want to remind everybody Dean's going to be on at 9 tonight. And I assure you, Dean, we will be long gone by 9 o'clock. But I certainly would like to invite everybody to go over to Dean's place and listen to the story. We all need a story read to us once in a while. Thank you, Carol. Teddy. Carol posted your website. He said, thank you. Oh, man, what time is it? I don't waste too much time. I'm not going to stay on that late. 15 after all. There's a couple more people that sometimes come in and aren't here, but we'll talk. I'm going to talk about it anyway. One of the things you guys know, this Thursday night show has been off since Christmas, I think, and I took some time off on purpose. And I thought by now I would really have all the answers, but I don't think I do. But as you all know, the internet and YouTube, and especially within this community, as we call it, there's a lot to do and a lot to see and watch and listen to. And it's always hard to find the time to do something when you're not stepping on somebody's toes, so to speak. Now, some of you guys I know do double duty and triple duty on different people's as moderators, and you just want to hang out with some of them because let's face it, they're probably a whole lot more fun than hanging out here. But yes, Diana, Teddy has Instagram. He has for a while. He says, "What? I thought your Basset Hounds had Instagram. Maybe they don't." Anyway, so I've bounced around. When I first started, I was on at 10. And for some people that was good, and for some people that was too late. For one person in particular, it was about the right time, but it was almost too late. Yeah, I'm talking about Gary. He had something else going on, and I like to include him, even though he's a bit of he interrupts class sometimes. Ninja Kelly. Hey, Kelly. Welcome in. Thanks for watching. Don't get in any trouble. Well, thank you, Carol. I want to, and I want to keep it that way or make it better. And I've got some what I think are going to be good topics floating around. Well, not just floating around. I've got notes here. I've been working on something for a few days, but it just depends on how many hours a day I can spend in this chair, or if I'm have to be on the couch or something softer because my glute muscles that hurt. And anyway, and that's just an excuse. I can just always pound more Tylenol. Hi, Tina. Welcome in. But I want to talk about some things, and I've got some things, that I don't think will be. They'll be They'll be not controversial. I hate to say that word. I don't want to scare people out of here, but it'll be, there'll be things that they should bring up conversation. They should spark conversation. And we all know about the rules in this room is we can talk about things and not fight each other, not get mad at each other, I hope. And what I would like to do, two things I'd like to do, and you guys can comment. One is I would like to probably do something like this, kind of make a statement about what I'd like to discuss, with some history and background and why I want to talk about it. And then try to moderate to a degree and not do all the talking, but be involved. And also then probably finish something up and have something up at the end, which means I need to prepare it better and make sure I've got something besides just pictures. So that's one idea. And the other idea, and I've been kicking this one around since I started this, was to try to figure out a way maybe to have a couple of people online with me that we could kind of talk back and forth, or sort of a panel, but not too serious panel. And I know some people worry about that, putting them out making them a target, or making them choose sides more than they might want to. And I'm not here to make people uncomfortable. So in the long run, if that's what that does, then that won't happen. My purpose in life is not to make people uncomfortable or feel unwanted, or again hurt, or PO'd to the point where you won't come back. Tim, if you want something not controversial, just talk about turkey legs in universal language. I love you, Dean. That's exactly true. Well, I think that's true. Carol is a vegetarian, so turkey legs in her book might be somewhat controversial, Dean. Have you thought about that? I wonder if anybody's tried to make a miracle burger / turkey leg. We might be on something big there, Dean. See, you've already got Carol's hackles up. But I'm glad you came thought of that, because that might give somebody an idea to make if somebody come up with a way to make a plant-based turkey leg, then that would probably be a big hit. I bet they would sell probably more of them than they think, more of them than I think. I could come on after a couple of whiskeys, and that would probably help get me in the right spirit too. Hey, Lori Jean, welcome in. So those are two things I would like to throw out there. And, if you don't want to talk about them here, please feel free to send me a DM on Instagram or email. I'm pretty sure if you go to my bio on Instagram that my email is there. I don't think there's a way to see that in here short of me typing it. And just because that gets people excited, I won't put that in here, but it is available. And I'm not that skittish about things like that. I don't really worry about people coming to my house, but well, Carol, I would love to have you on, as you well know, and you don't have to get near as brave as you think. I mean, look at me. I got on here and gave it a try, and I didn't know. I'm trying to think who I went online with the very first time. I don't know if it was one of the this and that bunch, or if it was it might have been Lynn. I might have gone on Lynn's show one night to talk about something, and that was my first time. And I didn't know if I could handle that, but I didn't know how I would do, or how I would go, but it went, and I found I enjoy it. But I would really enjoy having you on. I would. I think there's topics we could discuss that you would be very well read on, and what's the other word I was just looking for? Well educated on, know a lot about, I think, and be able to talk about it. Probably way better than I can. I mean, you do that. You teach for a living. I just want to teach. I know when I say that, I hope that doesn't offend. I'm not saying I know enough to teach everybody everything. I don't. But I do know some things, and I know some things that other people don't know. Simply because I've done so many things in my life, I guess. And Brenda can tell you, I usually take anything I get involved in, I usually take it to a higher level, simply because I can't stand not to. I mean, I gotta step up and learn more, do more, spend more money. It's who I am, and I won't take on something that I don't know something about. I have to learn about it, so I study and I read, and I read and I study, and that's just how I've gotten where I am today. And somehow, so far, I have managed to. Well, I can't remember where I went to, where I slept last. I can tell you what I did 10 years ago, or even 25 years ago, and so I do have my long-term memories in good shape. Okay, now Dean and Brenda have mentioned turkey legs, and Tim says he is a teacher. No, I said I'm not saying I'm a teacher. I said I wish I could be a teacher. I said you are a teacher. Uh-oh. See, guys, you got Carol stomping away in a huff. I'm gonna have to go apologize. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Kelly, you need to throw up a break sign or something, and so you can get involved. I think there's topics that it would be good to have you on, and I think Tina could have some good discussions. I'd sometimes like to get Carol and or Mike both on and hear their perspective on some things, because they're our token Canadians at this point. And I'd love to have more Canadians on too, just because there's aspects of Canadian life that I really appreciate. And I'm working on her, Diana. I think I've been asking her since last summer, so I'm trying to break her down. You talking about me there, Miss Brenda Sue? token Canadian. I am kidding about the token Canadian. I hope they know that. You know, Mike, and I'm your number one fan. Will come on in. Okay, Mike. I'm good. I appreciate that. Well, when I say token Canadians, I mean they're the only ones we got right now. But you know what? If they know anybody else, up in the Great White North that would love to be on the show, I'd be glad to have them on here. Because there's a lot of things about Canada I do like. For one thing, I miss the weather. I miss winter. I'd like to have it at least a couple of months a year. We don't hardly have anything down here. It's just kind of miserable. New York's getting that way. You guys have, well, not all New York, but I mean, lower New York not even had snow this year. Well, Tina, that's a good point, and I'm sorry I missed that till just now. I had to back up and now where's that at? Here. I think that's a good point, and that is part of my point. Sometimes is to say that that's one of the things we all have to learn to do is learn from each other. I think. And I roll that back up under my eyelids and I couldn't see it. Diana says, don't say that, Tim. It's been 40 below for the last week. Well, okay, maybe not quite that much. Well, Mark's doing the same thing. He had a week, he had several days of minus 25, 23. He got out and got frostbite. I need to call him too. That reminds me. I should have called him yesterday. He had to have the vet come out and look at his horse. I hope she's okay. I hadn't heard a thing out of him since then. That's not good. I hope she's all right. Mike, you're never too late. You're always welcome. That's the thing. There's no such thing as too late. There's only welcome. And I just got a notice for Dean's show. So I invite everybody to get over there at 9 o'clock. But anyway, those are the things I'd like to I'd like some input. I get a little bit of input. Oh. I think Diana paid me a compliment. I can't pass that up. Well, thank you, Diana. I appreciate that. You know what? So do I. I've just from this show, or not from this show, what I do, but from others also, I have learned so much interesting stuff about the country and different states and different areas and things like that. That it's I love that part. I love that part of it. Okay, Dean, if you need to go set up your computer, we'll see you soon, if that's what you mean, that you need to hop off. I had to make a thumbnail about 30 minutes ago. So when it should have been popping up on people's screens, it was just popping out of my computer. I do also know that this show in particular, both of my shows are unique, I guess, in a way. They're not your typical. I don't know. We need to come up with a name for this community. I think it's a Disney community, but there's also so much else here. I have to think about that. But, it's. Well, again, I'm not saying I'm a teacher, but one of the things I really considered doing when I got out of when I retired, and even before I retired, was getting and when I got out of school, the second to get my degrees, I really thought about getting a teaching certificate. I might have been crazy for doing it, but I love to work with young people. I like to work with kids, at least of a certain age. And I haven't found where that happy medium is, but I worked with Cub Scouts and I worked with a lot of, not Cub Scouts, excuse me, Boy Scouts, and some other groups in that age bracket where we worked on environmental things, and I helped Boy Scouts do merit badge work and go on trips and kind of do the same kind of stuff with me. And of course they in turn helped me do projects that I needed extra help on around the lake. I need to show pictures one day of some of that work being done because they were a huge help. And I've worked with students from like the University of Tennessee who did summer work. And in this state, if you put in a certain number of, I guess you could say, public service hours, or working like doing some kind of environmental work or some kind of project with an agency or a group, so that you can verify it, I guess. That goes towards getting money here for a scholarship, and those scholarships are supposed to be coming out of our lottery money. I don't know if there's a difference between a lotto and a lottery. We don't use that term lotto down here, but I know other people do. So maybe they're two different things. But anyway, we have a lottery, and it's supposed to go to education. I'm not sure how much does, but quite a bit does go there. I'm not sure what the percentage is. And excuse me. And students can get part of that money, and they can get it, but they have to put out a little effort. So, I worked with students to do that for a while, along with my work, and I enjoyed that too. I mean, it's you can always get some that really don't want to be there and don't care, but there's a whole bunch that do, and that's what makes it worthwhile. Garrett, you cannot come in here hitting people. It's a new way you say hello. Well, thank you, Garrett. Yes, I did. And a new camera, which is much wider frame and much sharper than my old one. But you can't come in here hitting Mike. Now we don't play that way in my room. That's against the rules. Or at least not in this chat. Oh, so he does have lines and limits. In other words, he knows which person is probably going to turn around and smack him back. Mike's, nice, gentle guy who might not do it, but by God, Tina will. And in that respect, we're a lot alike. And Tina and I are a lot alike, and we're a lot different too. So, I mean, it kind of proves that we can be both. Exactly, Carol. That's exactly what I meant by that. Yep, slap backs, Jonathan. I think Tina probably, we could ask Chuck, but I bet Tina hits harder than Garrett does. At least in this case. Hi, Garrett. Welcome in. I don't believe I said that. Diana, he is in here. I didn't want to, I know, I know there are other versions of Mike, but in here version, he's a gentle guy. I'm pretty sure that I'd probably be willing to bet that of all the people in this room, Mike could probably clean us all out. Okay, Garrett, I don't care. Give me a thumbs down. They say even a thumbs down's better than no thumb at all. You think that's what it is? Mark and I were discussing draws the other day, and we were discussing telling the difference between a hillbilly style Southern drawl and, say, a Tidewater accent, which is way different than anything else I know, versus Florida. He said people out in Wyoming were at work thought that people from Florida sounded just like people from Tennessee. And I beg to differ because, one, there's very few Floridians left, and they tended to sound different. All the coastal people to me sound different. And then most of the people in Florida aren't native anyway, so they sound like Yankees as a rule. Oh, now you're thumbing your nose at me. Well, thank you, Garrett. I appreciate that. Garrett, I think I apologize. I need to apologize. I missed your own show last night, and I really meant to watch it. I don't know why, but I thought that was an ad for Friday night show. But now I see a new Friday night show, so I'm guessing I missed you last night. So I'm going to have to go back and watch that. But we were discussing, one of the things we were discussing tonight, Garrett, and I have, how many minutes do I have left? I have 21 minutes left to discuss it. Sacrilege? What sacrilege? Paperwad fight, Brenda says. No, they don't, Tina. I agree. I shouldn't use that term, I guess. I mean it purely in fun, but. Oh, Carol. Oh, Carol. That's terrible. His thumb thing bothering you. Oh, good one. I think something's rating on Garrett. And I'd have to spell it to make it work right, probably. I liked it too, Tina. I thought that was well done. Yeah, thank you, Dan. You know, Garrett's just the kind of guy, he would do that. I hope everything is all right out in sunny California. All year, all's bad weather. And then, Mike, that's one thing I did want to talk about briefly tonight before we got too far gone. Is you guys don't send us your, maple candy and some of that stuff, and probably some Canadian whiskey. It's not the cheapest thing in the world, but now you're sending all your cold weather down here for free. I actually wish it was getting here, but they were talking about it on the weather tonight. All these fronts out of, Quebec, and where else did they mention? Ontario, I guess. And, and I was thinking about that, and I thought, I should bring that up tonight. Free bad weather, free cold weather, but other things, cost a lot of money. Thank you, Mike. I'm sure you guys are about over it. Just out of curiosity, Diana said something about 40 below a while ago. Was that, is that high or low for the day? They were talking about 60 below temperatures, or at least feel like temperatures. There's no duty on it. That's good. It's all free. It's free and clear then. They were talking about 60 belows hit, but I think it was wind chill. And being a record, maybe that was in the lower continental U.S., because I'm sure it's been colder than that way up Canada and the Arctic. I've read about it being colder than that, I thought. So that was the low for the day. Okay. Well, see, that's a little bit more better. It probably got up at least into the 30 blows. Diana, knowing you and Mike has kind of got me. There was a day at work many years ago when I was in Nashville where we had a really hard cold front come through. And I don't remember what it got down to, somewhere around 18 or 19 below zero one night. And the next day, our high was minus 12. And I bragged about that for years, but you guys stomp a hole in that constantly. So there's not much there to brag about anymore. Mike was outside today, and I have to take a long break. I felt frostbite setting in. Oh no! Did you get burned some, Mike? I was going to ask you about that. We may have to talk about that a little bit Saturday because Mark's had some issues with that lately. The day he had to go out and doctor his horse when she messed up her foot, not broke, hopefully, her leg. He was out too long, he said, and he started getting some little brown and black spots on his fingers, and but according to him, being the macho guy that he's always been, he's like, oh no, I've had it worse than that before working outside. What's Garrett up to again? And I just wonder how, and when you're working outside in those kinds, how do you even work outside and prevent that? Oh, thanks, Garrett. Yeah, party pooper 67 here today. Pretty miserable. I bet it was. It's that humidity you guys are getting right now, isn't it, Garrett? You don't have that dry cold right now. Yeah, Amy, that's the one I was talking about that's supposed to start settling in, and sometime over the weekend up in Maine, up towards Maine in that area, they were supposed to have some minus 60 feels like temperatures or something to that effect. Brown and black spots on his fingers is not good. He should be taking warmer. Yeah, he should. But here's the problem, Mike. He said he had to take his gloves off because he was trying to doctor the horse and couldn't do it with gloves. So, I tried to talk to him about it, but he just told me that, unfortunately that's what they did. And he made a real good point, and I've been thinking about that. It's not necessarily a chat topic, but maybe we can talk about that Saturday again. But he and all his crew, not crew, but the guys he worked with, are outside a lot. And in Wyoming, the wind blows pretty much all the time, and minus zero temperatures are not uncommon in the winter, and a lot of their job is outside. John, welcome in, John. The surf bum is with us. Tell us about cold Wyoming winters, John. You spent some time out there. Did you ever have any frostbite issues? That's a casual topic. I'm actually winding down here because I'm having a short show tonight too. But I don't know. I may start coming on at 8 and making them shorter shows. 7:30. If I don't do that, then I need to wait till after Dean and some other people are on and go on really late. But I know Mike's got to get up and go to work early, and maybe Diana, and for that matter, Carol, when she's got school, can't stay up late. And we're on the same time zone. So if I was here till midnight, she's long gone. Oh, you did on your left hand. Did it actually get cold in the silos, or was that just? And if that's a national secret, you don't have to tell me. Mike quit his job and is going to be a YouTuber. Wow, that's exciting, Mike. I didn't know that. Well, everybody knows it's a good way to get rich quick. Not. I wonder, I was getting ready to ask, I wonder if Diana knows anything about that. My lovely wife gave me something else for, I don't know, because she loves me, I guess. I don't know if I can get it up here or not without burning myself. I got a new cup warmer. Dun, 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 dun. Fits all my mugs now, which is nice because my other one didn't fit my mugs, and it was getting real flaky on me. Not working every time I needed it to. And it is neat. I don't really like it. And it's got 2 heat modes, and it's got a timer on it, so I can't leave it on too long. Yeah, it did. It was getting pretty flaky last week, the other day, and it worked sometimes, but it didn't work all the time, and so I was getting ready to toss it. I didn't really trust it. Okay, Dean, is Dean still in here? He's not. Yeah, you are. I thought you had to go get your show ready, buddy. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. That's what I wanted to ask you guys about. And you know, one advantage of having a smaller show or group of people is, what was that? I'm either seeing things or there's something weird going on in the chat string. I swear I just saw something go up through the chat window. Anyway, back to what I was saying, if I can remember what it was. Oh, the good thing about not having bazillion people is you can ask and discuss things like times and topics much easier than we could if we were bigger. There it went again. Okay, who's doing that? That time I noticed it was a heart. There. Hey, Garrett, are you doing that? Service dog. Let me see what Garrett's putting Mike up to here. I want to retire, not work harder. Okay. Just get a service dog, Mike. And Tina didn't do it. I guess it was an emoji, but I didn't know that when it first went sliding up through there. I just saw it go in the corner of mine and disappear. Chatting on my tablet, got my phone set up to stream tonight. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm not sure what all Garrett's up to, but other than trying to talk Mike into quitting work. The emoji box blocks part of chat. Okay, I just see heart popping up through there. Well, whoever's doing it, thank you. And if it's Garrett doing it, stop it. Oh, perhaps that was Jonathan doing that. Oh, it was Amy. Oh, her keyboard was locked up. Well, it could have been worse. You could have been sending some other emoji up through there. The heart was nice. Wow, that's kind of cool. That's what would happen to me, Carol. Trophy yell, smiling, trophy yell, smiling, trophy yell, smiling, trophy. Thank you, Dean. I'll take that. All right, guys. Garrett, where'd you go? I didn't see you leave. Or if you said bye, I didn't see it. You got quiet. Okay, guys, I'm going to do what I said I was going to do, and I'm going to shut down here before 9. Everybody take a minute and slide over to or take a pause and get you something to drink, go to the bathroom, whatever you need to do. I'm sorry. take a nature break and head on over to Dean's for a little bit and listen to a story and unwind. And next week, I'll have a proper show. And hopefully, I've got some topics lined up, and I've got one all ready for next week. And I got a new one today from a member in the room. And if you ever do send something, but you don't want anybody to know where it came from, I can take the blame. So I won't. I'll keep you in anonymity, whatever the word is, I can't say. I thought Mike was going to stop and milk cows. Yep, I've been trying to tell everybody to come on over, Dean, so I'm planning on stopping in. If I don't stay the whole show, I apologize. Depends on how much longer I can sit in this chair. Right now, I'm feeling pretty good. I took some Tylenol. Maybe that's helping. So I'm feeling better. Jonathan, anytime, buddy, you're welcome to. Oh, crap. I forgot Jonathan's Canadian. Yeah, you're Canadian, right, Jonathan? Aren't you from Toronto? I forgot about that. I didn't mean to leave you out of the Canadian crowd. So, that means you guys are no longer tokens. You're right. We've got 3 makes a forum or a quorum, whatever it is. All right. Thanks, everybody. Carol, think about coming on. And anybody, Tina and Diana, I know you said you were welcome to come on. Yeah, Tina, you're good at sending me down rabbit holes. And sometimes I have trouble getting out of them. I don't know if you realize this or not, but Tennessee's from the bad part of Canada. Now, Diana, I thought that was a whole other part. Didn't even think, and I'm not even saying that's bad. I'm just saying it was different. Although I used to meet Canadians that used to tell me that. All right, guys. Have a good night. Dean, see you later. And the rest of you, I hope to see you on Saturday morning. We're going to have a really cool topic. I'm already collecting pictures and history clips, and I think you're going to like it. Tell yourself that anyway. Then you'll be excited about showing up, and, we'll all have donuts. That's right, Mike. Donuts and coffee. Donuts and coffee with Mark, Tim, and Mike. How about that? I don't know if I can get Mark to get any donuts or not, though. All right, guys. Bye-bye, everybody. Love you guys. Be safe out there. We do have a lot of bad weather, so be careful, everybody.